Good day, good people. Welcome, everyone. It's RustyMoney. Appreciate you stopping by the channel. So sit back and relax and enjoy my next creation here on PlayStation Network. Good day, good people. Welcome, everybody. It's RustyMoney here on PlayStation Network and RustyMoney Gaming on YouTube. We are back here for another Throwback Thursday episode. Back here on Farming Simulator 19 here on PlayStation 4. So we are here on Felsbrunn, where I did a no mods challenge. And this no mods challenge was created by Crazy Monkey Gaming on YouTube and shared in my Facebook group, Farming Simulator Challenges, and in my Discord. This challenge was one of the most hard-working and challenging challenges I've ever done, I think. The reason being is it just took forever to do anything. And I finished this challenge at 246 hours. So a little bit about this challenge. This challenge was only to be on Felsbrunn or Ravenport. It was with seasons, was optional, 6 or 9 days, and you could use a geo. And if you did a geo with Felsbrunn, you were to use Germany or Bavaria. And then if you're to do a geo with Ravenport, you could do California or Oregon. Now, I chose to do this without seasons, and I'm so glad I did that without seasons. The only mod that was allowed here in this challenge was camera collision. And seasons and the appropriate geo if you chose to do so. No DLCs were allowed. Okay, after you have decided which map you want, you will start this challenge via Farm Manager. You will have 1.250 million, or 1,250,000, how about that? And a $250,000 debt in the bank. You cannot pay back the 250K loan or debt until you have the equipment and property you need to start. You do not need to take out any more loans. Must use the 1 million. You must use the 1 million to buy land and equipment, and choose wisely. You cannot start your farm on the map's originating spawn point. So here on Felsbrunn, I'll show you. The originating farmyard here on Felsbrunn is right here below field 20. So this is field 20, and this is the original farmyard that you would start with. But in this challenge, you cannot start there. So you had to choose somewhere else to start the challenge. And so I chose to start over on some other property, which I call West Coast Farms. And so the piece of property that I purchased is over here below field 15. I bought this piece of property right here to put my farm down. And then you also had to have one field. You must purchase other placeable areas or land to create your farmyard. Besides your farmyard, you must start with one field any size. So I used this piece of land for my farmyard, and then I bought this field right here, field 15. That is what I started with. Now, you must purchase the in-map sleep trigger house and place on your property. So I did purchase the in-game house, and I placed it right there on my property, and I'll give you a bird's eye view here in a second. After you have done that, after you've purchased your land, your house, your field, and your equipment, you can keep your remaining amount and start the challenge. Now here is the rest of your settings and challenge goals. Economy normal, you can run a maximum time speed of 5 times. Growth is normal, weeds off, crop destruction off. Liming is on, plowing is on, forestry is allowed, and create fields, you may do so. Additional loans, no. Contracts and borrow, equipment on contracts, yes. Leasing, yes, but choose wisely because you can only lease 3 items at a time and you must purchase them when you can afford to buy. Goals of the challenge: purchase 2 additional fields, harvest 7 different crops off your 3 fields, purchase 1 large cow or pig pen and finish it with 50% capacity, and finally finish with $1 million in the bank. So that is the challenge, and I finished it back on like episode 26, I think, with 146 hours, or excuse me, 246 hours, not 146, 246 hours. So I will go in the landscape mode now and show you what this farmyard looks like, or what it did look like. I'll explain what it did look like, because after I finished the challenge, I did input some mods and changed up a few things, and then after I completed the challenge and purchased some mods and did a live stream, then towards the end of my FS19 journey, I came in here and put down some placeable decorative trees to just spruce up the area and did a short video on that. So I'll explain all that here, but we'll go into the bird's eye view. So here is the bird's eye view. The property here, so for example, let's just turn around here so I can show you. This would be better to show you. So I believe the property for that is below field 15 is the boundary line is approximately right here, straight across. So I had put down a shed there, and then my house, of course, is right here. And then when I started the challenge, I had a smaller in-game chicken pasture right here. And then throughout the challenge, I got the hayloft, and the hayloft barn sat about right here. And then later in the challenge, of course, way down the road, I got this large in-game cow pen right here and got it filled to 50% capacity, and I think it might even be higher than that now. And then early on in the challenge, I actually purchased the money to get a workshop because it just made things easier than having to go all the way across the map to the store all the time. And then I also put in I had a fuel trailer that I always sat about right here, is what I always used for fuel. And then later in the challenge, or I should say after the challenge, then I put down a modded fuel point right there. And then throughout this challenge, I had to use pallets of seed, fertilizer, and lime because it was a no mods challenge. So after the challenge, I put in this seed, fertilizer, and lime point right here. And then I had a in-game small silo right here, and I changed that out with a wooden silo after I completed the challenge. And since the start of the challenge, I had this shed here. And later in the challenge, I got this shed right here. And then my water point in the challenge at some point was put down and placed right here. And then I've had this silage bunker right here for a long time. And then up here, after the challenge, I put down Missy B's slurry yard right there. Now, field 15, which is in the middle of this area right here, I expanded out in the challenge, and the field actually went all the way up around this slurry yard and back down this west coast to the beach here and back around down by my silage bunker. And it was one big or it was a bigger field, and then I had a small grass field right here. So actually this was split into two fields early on in the challenge. A little tiny grass field right up through here, and then a big crop field at this end. And that lasted a long time, and then once I finished the challenge, I put in a large grass field right there. But now down here, this was also two fields, if I remember correctly. A smaller field, then a little bit bigger field going all the way down to almost that shed there. And now since I got the large cattle pasture in here, then it's become one field. So right now I'm reworking the field to be planted, but after this, I should say after the challenge started, the first field that I bought was over across the hill here, and I bought this square field right here, which is field 26. I purchased this one. And then I believe after that I shot for getting enough money to buy the biogas plant, in which I did buy the biogas plant, and I own the biogas plant. And then after the biogas plant, I ended up working my tail off to get enough money, and I bought this huge piece of land right here and own this field here as well, which is field 16. And then that is it, really. I did this challenge, started the challenge with a small bison harvester, if I remember correctly. And then I got enough money later in the challenge and worked the challenge with just my Massey Ferguson harvester for a long time. Well, finished the challenge with that harvester actually. So that is where we're at, and I ended up selling off a bunch of my equipment after I finished the challenge, and got some different equipment, and then kept my originating tractors. So over here is a Massey Ferguson hooked up to my new cultivator, and it's got the least amount of hours on it because it was one of the last new items I bought in the No Mods challenge. Finally had gotten enough money to get this tractor. And then my first tractor that I started the challenge with, we're going to jump over to right now. So here we are, everybody. I started this challenge with this little Fendt Favorite 515C. This is the tractor. I started this No Mods challenge here on Felsbrunn back in FS19, and it had 0 hours on it. And now this fine tractor has 119.4 hours on it. This was the workhorse, I should say, not workhouse, workhorse of this no mods challenge back on Felsbrunn in FS19. So now I want to put some soybeans in this big field here and get my money back up there, because since I finished the challenge I spent a lot of money changing out some equipment to modded equipment and sold a bunch of stuff. So we need to get some soybeans in this field here so we can make some more good money. So we're going to go ahead and put the worker on finishing this field here for me. And as you can see, I have the front attacher on the rear of my Fendt tractor right there. The front attacher was a mod in FS19 that you could do some fast farming with. And actually, if I do this field by myself, you are only supposed to go 11 miles an hour without any attachments, you know. That's just the original speed. But if you put that front attacher on the back and you do it yourself, you can get the tractor to go 14 miles an hour. Pulling this John Deere seeder. Now you can see that the worker won't fast farm with it, but yeah, I can do it. But we're going to jump to my other tractor that I have in this challenge, which was my second tractor I bought. And I'll show you how many hours are on that thing. So here we are underneath my other equipment shed, and we have a Case 7250 Pro, and this thing was was my first tractor that I bought after my starting tractor, just because it was the cheapest one with the most horsepower. And so this tractor has 82.5 hours on it. So it's been a great tractor in this no mods challenge. And then of course you can see this is my original loading wagon that I bought in the challenge, and that's a mod that we purchased after we finished the challenge. And then I got a sickle bar mower, a cheaper mower, after I finished the challenge. And there's my silage compactor right there. And then we got ourselves a cheap wheel loader for cleaning up our feed bunk areas and stuff like that, and manure bunkers. And then we got ourselves finally a decent plow to use here in this no mods challenge, the Lizard 6M. And there's our harvester and our header trailer. And then I got myself a better trailer to transport on and stuff like that. And then you can see my Teddy back there. And what else can we show you? Then I just got 3 in-game small trailers, and those are the 3 in-game small trailers that I've had since the start of this challenge. As I progressed, I built up to 2, and then I built up to 3, but I started with just 1. So yeah, these right here is what I finished the challenge with. I didn't have any other bigger trailer than these 3 right here. So I'd say that was that was a lot of work to work with those 3 small ones. But yeah, so we're gonna hop down here in my Massey Ferguson, and we're gonna cultivate up this field here. I'll show you how many cows we got now and how many chickens, because we got a bigger chicken pasture now, so, or chicken coop, so we can have 400 instead of 100 chickens. So as you can see, we have 101 cows, and they're fed pretty good right now, and all taken care of, doing really well. And then we have we only have 42 chickens right now, so we could buy some more, but that's all we got for right now is 40 chickens and 2 roosters. So we need to buy some more, but we also need some money. So this was the newest tractor that I purchased in the No Mods Challenge here back on Felsbrunn and FS19. It's only got 16.4 hours on it, so this was bought near the end of finishing the challenge. We're just cultivating up this field here, and then it will be ready to be planted, and I think I'm going to put corn in the field. Decent sized field here to put some corn in, so get some nice return off of that. Absolutely enjoyed this challenge, but the only problem I didn't like about it was it just took a lot of time to get your money built up, because you'd get that money up to, you know, $100,000 and need to buy something, and well, you can only buy one thing. Unlike if we had some mods, then we could buy, you know, 2 or 3 things. But yeah, it was alright. Best thing I probably did was actually, you know, working to buy that biogas plant. And then once I owned the biogas plant, I actually did use the digestate because I had nowhere to sell it. So I used a lot of digestate to fertilize my fields anyway. I didn't do a lot of contracts with digestate, but I did use the digestate on my own fields. Alright, so now let's go put this thing away, and we'll hook up to the planter so we can get some corn in the ground. And then we need to maybe move some slurry up to the biogas plant, because I'm not even sure what exactly is up there. Our grass field here is still growing. It's not ready to cut yet, so we can't do that. So let's just drop that in there. We'll get in the case, and we'll go start planting this field with some corn. But it was a long challenge, and I can't even remember what. Let's see if I can look. Let's look here, and I'll show you what seeder I had and what planter I think I used. I think the seeder that I had was this one right here. I used this seeder in the challenge, the Stara, and then the planter that I got was let's see, what planter did I use? Trying to remember now, but I think the planter that I used might have been man, I think it was this one. I think this was the planter I used. Be honest, I can't remember which planter because I didn't need to use it very much. It was either this one or it was that horse right here. But I, of course, sold all that stuff, you know. once I finished the challenge and then imported some mods and have some mods in here on this game save now. So we got this little John Deere planter now here. Gonna put some corn in the field. So we get on around this field here and put some corn in the ground. So recording this on Thursday, gonna put it public up to the channel here on Thursday. It's been really hectic, people, around here ever since the son graduated last weekend from high school. Now I got a niece graduating from high school this weekend, and I go back to work tomorrow on Friday and cover both shifts as well as on Saturday. So it's been really busy, and I just haven't had a chance to do much at all. I don't have the Days of Farming episode recorded yet, so I'm thinking that the Days of Farming episode might not come out till this next Monday, because I just don't think I'm going to get it done yet tonight, and I won't be able to do it tomorrow and Friday. So I apologize for the lack of content this week, but I wanted to try and get this episode out, and I'm going to try and get a No Tractor Challenge episode out quick too. But if you have liked these Throwback Thursday episodes, I know there's a few of you that have been watching them and checking them out. But if you've liked these, I sure hope that you've enjoyed it. Just a little something different. Go back and see the older versions of Farming Simulator with FS19 for myself. So after I did finish the challenge and then sell equipment and import mods, and then I did a live stream of that, I did a video after that live stream of a new look. Well, that new look consisted of putting in these decorative trees around the farm here, because there was no trees, because I had all the trees pretty much cut down. So that's, whoops, I had it on, I shut it off. Okay, there we go. Let's turn that back on. There we go. Now we got corn going back in the ground. So yeah. So I put in a bunch of decorative trees just to bring some life to the old farm here. I like how it looks. It looks better with having the trees in there now than what it did before. But yeah, this was the no mods challenge. Absolutely no mods. Had to be ingenuitive as you tried to do some things. So yeah, I got equipment stuck in my silage bunker a lot of times, and so we had to play kickball with my semi tractor and drive in and out of it really fast and launch equipment to the other end of the farm because it was stuck in the silage bunker. That happened a couple of times. But yeah, cut a lot of silage in this challenge and sold a lot of silage at the start to get going, and did a lot of fertilizing contracts. I tried not to miss any fertilizing contracts because actually some of them paid pretty decent here on this map called Felsbrunn. And then I tried not to miss any harvesting contracts. I didn't do too many sugar beets or potatoes, but I did a few of those contracts, but not very many. Because I always found back in FS19 here on Felsbrunn especially, the sugar beet harvester especially would freeze up on you, and you would have to exit the game, and sometimes you'd lose your contract. But yeah, did a lot of work. So this game save has probably 252 hours on it now. It had 251 just before I started recording, so we're probably at 252. let's look at the stats here. Yeah, 252, 357 missions I did in this series. And I cut down 29 trees, and I did 3 transport missions. So, yeah, that's a little bit of the statistics there. But if you have liked what you saw here and enjoyed it, please drop me a tasty one on that like button, which is better known by myself as a cop battering and by you all people as a delicious donut. And don't forget to leave us a comment in the comment section. And please share a box of donuts with your friends and family by sharing the videos and the live streams from the channel. But from myself, Rusty Money, we will see you all on the flip side, everybody. Have a good one.